Hey guys, how's it going? I don't know how I want to introduce that.
It's David Sheeran.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Alec. No, great. We got that on record now. How's it going, everyone? I'm here with another production vlog to talk about my movie Viral. I've been working pretty hard these past few months on really refining the edit. I already talked about the test screening. That video should be up by the time this one is too. And today I wanted to talk about my editing. A lot of this is kind of in response to the test screening stuff, where people gave me notes on scenes they didn't quite care for, or they felt were edited a bit too fast, or they dragged on a bit too much, or it was cut a little awkwardly. And of course, whenever somebody says anything like that, usually two things happen. One, alarm bells go off, and then number two, I kind of work to try and see if I can fix it. So here's a couple of the scenes that I really had the most work done on, and I think they're made better because of it. I just kind of wanted to walk you through some of the stuff I did. So one of the first scenes that I'm going to be talking about is this one between me and my mom. So the whole scene is set up to be, it's right before the ending. It's kind of, my character messes up, and so my mom is trying to give me advice to try and own up to my mistakes and be more true to myself. And it's supposed to be a really nice and tender scene, and the way it's written, my mom kind of snaps at me almost. She's kind of had enough of my bullshit and yeah, trying to snap me out of it. But then when it actually came down to performance time, we didn't really, it just kind of went from 0 to 11 real fast. Here, I'll play the clip.
David, you have to stop this. Look what it's doing to you.
Mom, I can't stop. I'd be out of a job.
No, don't give me that. It's unhealthy. It's ruining your relationship. I can't watch you go through this.
My fans wouldn't be happy.
You're not responsible for everyone's happiness, David. You're only responsible for your own. And if they're truly your fans, they're going to understand you wanting to take a break.
The mood just went from really nice and calm to all of a sudden super in your face, and yeah, it was not good. I really wasn't feeling it. So I kind of at first just kind of accepted my fate. I was like, all right, I made a bad scene. Oh well. Kind of nagged at me. I was like, all right, what can I do about this? So I kind of looked around, and I had the thought, I was like, what if I cut out this line? And all of a sudden, it's great, I cut out the line, but then now there's a very noticeable difference in between one take of me talking and the next take of me talking. So, easiest way to bridge those two gaps is use a reaction shot of my mom listening to me talk. I pulled stuff from my archive of that and I threw that in there, and now all of a sudden you have a very seamless transition from one scene to the other, and it looks like this.
David, you have to stop this. Look what it's doing to you.
Mom, I can't stop. I'd be out of a job. My fans wouldn't be happy.
You're not responsible for everyone's happiness, David. You're only responsible for your own. And if they're truly your fans, they're going to understand you wanting to take a break.
Another added benefit of the new edit is, in the first one, I don't know if you noticed, my mom went very much from sitting kind of back to all of a sudden her face is really in the camera. And then in this new edit, yeah, she ends up really close like this, but then she kind of more gradually gets closer, so it's not as super jarring. Actually, my test audience only saw this new version because I didn't want to. If you saw my test screening video, you know how nervous I was having people watch that. I was not about to let people see that. People only saw this new version, but I still thought it'd be a good thing to talk about, to show a lot of the problem solving that can come with just editing things, you know? A friend told me that he kind of thought that when you had a problem with a movie, it automatically needs to be reshot, so he was kind of impressed to learn that there were a lot of problems that could be solved just by some clever editing. Another scene that got a really big change up, but not really in the same way, is the first scene where my character David meets the love interest, Ashley, played by my good friend Anna. It starts out actually with this really long tracking shot in the rough cut, it does. And that kind of ran the risk of, okay, this is taking forever, can we speed this up? And I wrestled for the longest time. Do we need this shot? How can I keep it in there? It slows down the pacing, but then when I take it out, now all of a sudden it feels way too rushed. So it's okay, we need it in there. So I experimented a lot. Something that I I took the beginning and the end of the shot, and that didn't quite work either. And then that's when I realized, hold on, just use the middle. So we went from this to this. Another big thing that needed to be changed was if you hear some of the dialogue from the scene, I'll play a little excerpt for you here.
You okay?
I gotta tell you, I'm not really used to meeting people this way.
It was obviously very busy with traffic, and there was only so much our noise reduction could do, and then it just made everything sound all garbled and gross. So it became very apparent to me that I needed to re-record all the dialogue. So that basically consisted of me and Anna going in separate times, watching our takes over and over and over again, and then just kind of re-recording it one line at a time exactly the way we said it. And it can be pretty challenging, but when you do it in like isolated chunks like that, it's actually a lot easier than it sounds. And I know a lot of people kind of look down on ADR, but actually a lot of the time it's, at least from my experience, because I did it on Lucid too, a lot of the time it really makes a difference. So yeah, here's what the audio used to sound like.
You okay?
I gotta tell you, I'm not really used to meeting people this way.
Really? How else do you meet strangers?
You'd be surprised. Normally in droves.
Whoa, somebody's popular.
You don't go on the internet, do you?
Unless you're a TED talker, I have no idea who you are.
And here's what we turned it into.
You okay?
I gotta tell you, I'm not really used to meeting people this way.
Really? How else do you meet strangers?
You'd be surprised. Normally in droves.
Whoa, somebody's popular.
You don't go on the internet, do you?
Unless you're a TED talker, I have no idea who you are.
So then the last scene I really wanted to talk about today was this scene between me and Ashley again. And this is kind of like our first big moment together, and it's supposed to be a really sweet scene, but then a lot of the test reactions said that it came off as a bit awkward, I guess, and a lot of that was kind of my fault, I guess, and just the way I performed. And edited, or like composition wise, there's a bit where I reach up and I kind of grab Ashley's cheek, and the way my hand kind of came up was almost comical to a lot of people. So I didn't want my what I was aiming for as kind of a tender little moment to be seen as awkward or funny. So I kind of went back in and I tweaked it, and it gave me an opportunity to also take a look at this monologue my character gives before the two of us kiss. And I didn't really like my performance of it and everything, so it made a lot of impact to just get rid of the monologue. So what I ended up doing now is I say this line, actually here's what the scene used to be.
To like someone? I don't know, I always think that, people expect me to be a certain way, and I don't really listen to my feelings. So when those feelings boil up, it gets pretty lonely. But whenever I'm with you, I don't know, I feel like I can just feel.
That's how you should be all the time.
I'll certainly try my best. Thank you, by the way.
I can say the same to you.
And so, trimming the monologue and then trimming this second kiss, this is what I turned it into.
To like someone? Thank you, by the way.
I can say the same to you.
I personally feel like it feels a lot better paced. It may come off as a little bit more rushed, but I think I personally have it be a little more rushed and a little more coherent compared to being droning on forever and really awkward. I think it plays a lot better. I showed it to some friends and they like it a lot better too. And I hope I know the difference is apparent. I hope it actually like made a good difference. And you'll have to tell me what you think in the comments below if you have any thoughts or suggestions. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you were enjoying these videos. I do have a lot of fun making them, and I really wish I got to make more of them as I was actually making the movie. If you have any other questions or things you want to know about the movie, or even about like Lucid or anything, you'll have to shoot them down in the comments below. I'd love to make some more of these, but I think I might run out of ideas soon. So if you have any questions about the 2 movies I made, or maybe I can even try and get my buddy Jack in on one of these and we can talk about his movie for a change. That could be really cool. Let me know. Sound off in the comments. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.